The best of the morning X. 99X.
Yesterday, I got home, and it was like late morning, and went to the Waffle House. You will find me any Sunday morning. If not at Goldberg's on West Paces, you'll find me at the Waffle House. That's it. There are no other, for my money, there are no other places to eat breakfast in this town.
I love the Waffle House.
You can't beat the Waffle House on a Sunday morning. Got to get there, though, before the church crowd lets out. Otherwise, you'll never get a table. Barnes, I'm sure you've noticed this probably, because this is probably the kind of thing that guys notice. But you know what I love, and Crash, you've seen this, is on like a Sunday morning, seeing a guy and a girl at breakfast, and the guy is like in sweat clothes and a baseball cap, whatever, and the girl is still in the clothes that she obviously wore the night before.
I look for that, and I just look as everyone
and you
comes in.
try to pick out who's still wearing the clothes from the night before, right?
Absolutely.
Half the time, though, they're still up from that night.
I think it's usually a couple hours shack.
Couple hours shack, yeah.
I've witnessed it, and I've participated in it.
Come on,
who hasn't been there?
Who hasn't been there? And you always feel kind of sorry for the girl, in a way, because you're wearing your sweat clothes, and she's still in that Donna Karan dress that now smells like smoke. And
does she really think that people don't think she's been shacking?
She has to know.
On the road without any of the gear. The makeup is faded.
She'll try to cover it with one of your baseball caps or something. But
the hair's a little matted.
They just got that look.
They got that look.
The look.
The freshly shagged look.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel sorry for the women, I guess is that like a step above the walk of shame? Is the Waffle House breakfast of shame?
That's when you just don't even think about it. You're not even. I don't think at that point you're thinking.
Nah, you don't.
You think that no one notices.
Really?
You don't have to participate.
In your single days, LF?
Never.
I don't see you going out in public.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't that kind of person.
Yeah.
What kind of person, Leslie?
I didn't.
That kind of person?
What kind of person?
Leslie would stay over and make up the bed.
No stayovers.
You never, ever, ever, ever shacked.
Nope.
Never had a one-night stand.
Nope.
You know what? I believe her.
Nope.
I believe Leslie.
Yeah.
I do. I know Leslie. I believe
Thanks,
I know.
JP.
I believe I know what her moral code is.
Are we talking about Crash or Leslie?
Leslie.
We can get that. We
I
can
know
start
both.
talking about Crash again if you want.
I know both. I believe I know Leslie Fram's moral code, and I believe her when she says she never shacked with a guy.
It's the Catholic upbringing.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Pull God out of your hat now. Come on. I'm Catholic, and I'm going straight to hell.
You're just not practicing.
Yeah, you know what? When you guys die, you ain't going to be seeing each other.
Leslie, I'll see you in church if you're sitting by a window.
There you go.
But see, Lanny was not. I mean, Lanny was just like, he was a guy in the record business. So
yeah, he had a wild past.
But like when you guys started dating, I mean, that must have been culture shock for him because I'm sure he wasn't used to going out with women.
I think it was refreshing for him.
Yeah. If not frustrating. If by refreshing you mean frustrating.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, the Waffle House breakfast of shame is my favorite. You got the black Donna Karan dress and the nice heels.
There also doesn't seem to be a lot of conversation going on between the couple.
No, if you agree for that to go for the breakfast, I think that you're going to chat.
Yeah. We've all participated in it.
Oh, you seem like you're thinking about something.
No, it struck me yesterday. It struck me yesterday. If I were a woman, I think I would fight like a dog to do anything but have to go out in public.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I really don't think you're thinking about it. I think you're in that post...
But women always think about that kind of stuff.
You're in the post-shack bliss.
But don't women always think about what they look like and what they're...
Yeah.
I guess at that point, they've already let it all out the window.
Yeah.
What the hell is a little Waffle House going to hurt?
If you're going to pull a one-nighter, who cares what the world thinks? Because you're like going, hey,
you probably don't think you're going to run into anybody either. Now, 7 a.m. at the Waffle House on a Sunday morning.
Now, guys can also do that walk of shame, but it's not as obvious, I think. Is it?
Probably not as
Well, let's say the guy shacks at the girl's place. In other words, the clothes that a guy wears out at night are not as obviously out of place on a Sunday morning as a woman.
Most guys will go out early on Sunday or Saturday, and that's standard attire. Shack or no shack.
Yeah.
Sweats, baseball cap, women most of the time, they get up and get dressed normally.
They doll up.
Right. They just, no matter what, they just go ahead and do the whole thing. So it really stands out more when a woman does that. They come out with just the clothes wrinkled from last night.
Because I'll go out, at night, wearing like, I don't know, khakis and maybe a Tommy Bahama shirt, and you can get away with that on a Sunday morning and nobody's going to know the difference, but...
That's why I dress so casual.
Is that why?
I never know when I'm going to get laid.
Yeah.
Always to plan ahead.
Let's take bets.
Hi, Rich.
But is there such thing as a male walk of shame? I mean, usually aren't they kind of looking at the other guys going,
it's more of a
hey,
parade.
Yeah, you're right, Rich.
what's going on?
You're kind of right.
There is if you don't get any.
I don't know. I think there's a walk of shame.
Yeah, that's the walk of shame when you do the all-night shack and you didn't get any.
Right.
You got to walk home.
You don't think that's a walk of shame for the guy?
Hell, I think he's at the Waffle House showing off.
Here's an idea. Shouldn't there be we should invent some type of walk of shame emergency kit for women.
Yes.
And it's just a kit you keep in your car.
T-shirt,
sweatpants, baseball cap, sneakers. Or even
toothpaste.
thongs.
Yeah, a little bit of makeup.
thong.
Yeah.
Thongs, like for your shoes.
thong.
Flip-flops. You call them
Slaps?
flip-flops. Thong.
I call them slaps.
Slaps. Okay.
Flip-flops.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many? You could sell them. You could hawk those on the street. You could open up a little kiosk outside in downtown Buckhead on Saturday
your idea
night.
away.
Flip-flops
You're giving
on.
your
Yeah, but
idea
you'd
away
rather
in the
wear
air.
that on a Sunday morning than your black Ann Taylor whatever.
All
We've
wrinkled.
got a Waffle House employee on line 3,
Hang on.
Scott.
Doug wants to add something first. Doug,
Yeah.
what did you want to add?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a walk of shame for guys.
Doug.
Well, you see the guy who's trying to pretend she's like his sister's friend or something?
Uh-huh.
She's like, no, she's not with me. I'm just giving her a ride or something.
Right. Or you go to a Waffle House that's nowhere near your house.
Yeah.
Or you're at a light at 8 o'clock in the morning and you think you're never going to bump anybody you know, and they pull up next to you and you're sitting there with her.
That's funny.
The girl's all still trying to be huggy and stuff on the guy, and he's like, no, I don't know him.
I just got a chill down my
Trying
spine.
to be huggy. Oh.
Right. That's the last thing. You know what? I'll tell you this. That's the last thing a guy wants on a one-nighter.
Oh, yeah. The cross-court affection in the seat.
Is the Sunday morning huggy.
No, the worst thing I can't stand is when they want to use your toothbrush in the morning.
Crash gives him a big hell no.
No way, baby.
Oh, put that in the kit. Jimmy's
Yeah,
emergency
you're like,
kit.
use
Yeah,
your
well,
finger
that's
and
it.
some toothpaste, get out.
What would you have in the walk of shame emergency
the,
kit? You have to have sweatpants, a t-shirt,
Toothbrush,
toothbrush,
toothpaste,
slaps,
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
a baseball
something
cap.
for the hair.
baseball cap,
Ponytail thing.
Okay, yeah.
One of those, what do they call the
little scrunchy
A
thing.
rubber.
scrunchy. Really,
Oh, yeah, you got to put the hair up.
I would imagine
and maybe
a lot
a
of
little
women.
makeup fill-in kit.
I would imagine that a lot of women have those kits in their car anyway that they would never admit.
Well, those are only the professionals.
The pros.
The girls who are the permanent club girls.
Oh
The
yeah.
club rats.
And they always say something like, "Oh, I was taking the laundry to my mom's."
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was going to
You
stay
know
over
why
at my
that's
other
in there.
friend's place anyways.
Right? You know why that's in there.
This segment's not even close to being over, and you don't want to miss part 2 coming up next. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
It is Haley Carania. I'm excited to be here because there's a lot to scroll through on X, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Truth Social. Love seeing you all in the chat before the show. I tried to jump in just a few minutes before to say hello. I love the chat interaction. Thank you for helping. Love all my homies that I get to scroll with. If you want to listen, Nightly Scroll with Haley is where you can find me. Just search that up and I will be there. We've got to spread the word far and wide.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.